What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 407 for the week of September 14th, 2020. Title this week's episode is Best of 7, our LVT Pro League LAN post show. And I'm very excited. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man in the Shopify Rebellion, Jersey. Will, aka I, Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Monday evening?
I'm doing all right, sir. Yeah, I had to throw on the Shopify jersey for their performance, you know?
Indeed.
I thought about throwing on the Worlds one, but I don't know. The current year one just, you know, I had to roll with this.
Oh yeah. It's it's sitting up there in its rightful place, in its continued rightful place, I guess you could say.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I would say I was pretty productive today, all things considered. So much so that a very mundane, dumb fucking task that nobody wants to do, but I did it today because I was feeling motivated. I deep cleaned the trash bin outside. So that was yeah.
You know, that's something I need to do.
It was disgusting. So
it always is.
Yes, it felt great to get that all cleaned out and be like, man, it's going to be shit in a week. But hey, at least looks great right now. We'll take it. Jesus Christ. First and foremost, Ashley with the 30-month resub, you get a woo! And Quill, Haley, thank you so much for the, what is that, 17-month resub. You also get a woo! And the Storm War. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Loyal Wolf!
Loyal.
With the 12-month resub, you get a woo! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a great fucking day. Welcome back to Shreddy, Mr. Chief, Wooly Behemoth, John, Ashley, Juan, Riz, Halt, Haley, J-Rags, Genetics, Thick Boy. How's everyone doing? How we all doing? J-Rags says, what's good? Haven't watched in a while, but excited for this recap. Shopify cooked it this weekend. Oh boy. They were cooking.
As always, hi, Ronan.
Oh yeah, Ronan's here too. Oh boy. You know what's funny, Will? He said that we were talking in Discord today, and he's like, I may not be able to make it to live shows, or like at least this live show because of his work and whatnot. And I'm like, you need to tell your work about your bigger priorities, like hopping in to type in one chat message, hi, Will, and then during the live show. And lo and behold, it's literally the thing you said. Said going to bed.
Good night, sir.
God damn. Aaron, welcome back. Good to see you as well. Warp Sonic, welcome. Place 7, best of 7 to determine your seed in all the best of 7 playoffs, and ironically, best format ever. I was so happy, Will. I was so happy that every series was a best of 7. Because the beginning, we'll talk about it during the recap, but like both series on Friday were 7-game series. I believe the first series of Saturday was also a 7-game series. And the fun just never ended. The fun just never fucking ended. Will, do you want to know what's on this week's episode of the show?
What do we have this week, Josh?
Our LVT Pro League LAN post show. Best of 7s truly are the best format of the HCS, and it's not even fucking close. And it was some of the best Halo we've ever seen during the Infinite era. So without further ado, let's get into some competitive news. A crazy stat, Will. This is by Rice of... Are you ready? This fucking button, man. This fucking...
really need to reset it or something.
This thing will be the death of me. This button will be the death of me. I set that up perfectly, and the button's like, you fucking thought. Rhythm, welcome back as well. Good to see you. So, Will, this is a crazy stat. 26 wins. No series dropped during the Mind Freak reign. While it's a fun stat, I'm most proud of the improvements that we've made internationally while we literally can't play the game 90% of the year. They tried saying it was just Mickey Mouse ANZ. They're probably right.
I mean, hell, 26-time champions, right? Or 26 wins in that region. It's still something to be proud of.
That's
and
fucking
they
insane.
should be, right?
Yes. It's absolutely fucking insane. I mean, everybody knows my opinions on online performances, but like at the same time, you know, a win's a win and you take them when you can get them. And the fact that they've never not won in that region is crazy. So good for them. That's amazing. Another thing that is genuinely fucking amazing, Will, Sundance wants to help the pups. This is by Sundance, and he states, I'm not allowed to take a job in esports, but I'm not blocked from hosting an old school Halo tournament for charity. So who's down? One note, it's to help support dog charities. Foffy Dogs will be the primary sponsor. Hoping I can make this work. Hit me up if you'd like to help. So, if you're any at all interested in helping the pups out and having a Halo tournament for charity in the process as well, fucking hit Sundance up. Make it happen.
What do you think? Halo 2, Halo 3?
So, okay, so here's my thing, right? Aaron asks, who is this person that they're banned from esports? So, Aaron, this is MLG Sundance, like one of the founders of MLG. Okay? There's a long story and a long history there if you wanted to look into it, but that's who we're talking about. So we already had the anniversary LAN for Halo 2. Will, I'm not going to lie to you. I would love, and Swiftkill, I believe, had already talked about how like they'd love to do a Halo 3 LAN as well, like for its anniversary.
They did.
So maybe like both of these could be combined in some sort of way. That'd be really fucking cool. My only problem, and I've thought about that, I've talked about it briefly, but like I've mainly thought about it internally, is I don't think you can play it on, like, I don't think you can go back. Not saying it's not possible, because obviously it's possible. You can obviously make it happen. I don't think it's worthwhile to go back and play this on original hardware. Like going back and playing Halo 3 on 360s. I don't like that idea. Like if you try, as much as I'm a fan of that game, like, and I love Halo 3. Halo 3 is my favorite Halo title. So as much as I'm a fan of that game, Will, like Juan said, if you like, just try going back and playing it today. Like go back and play a fucking custom game. That's all you got to do. And you'll realize like, oh God, this is rough. So dare I say, and here's the kicker, because I would love it to be a Halo 3 event. Dare I say it would have to be on MCC.
Yeah, it might have to.
Yeah, and I know the purists out there aren't going to like that, which I understand. I don't know. It just, I truly feel like Halo 2 plays so much better on original hardware than Halo 3 does on original hardware.
Yeah.
So.
And what I was looking up there, it looks like Sundance cannot take a job in esports because with the sale of MLG, there was a non-compete disclosure. So that's where that sits.
All right. So if you're interested, reach out to Sundance. I think this would be a really cool fucking thing to happen. And obviously helping the pups out. We love the pups. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Next up, Charlotte travel coverage teams have been confirmed. This is by the HCS. So your travel coverage earned teams that are going to Charlotte and competing in the open bracket include Dark Insides. That's Kid Nasty, Looney, Super CC, and Suspector. Fries in the Bag, which is Desire, Moe's, Pantho, and Respectful. Akave Esports, which is Acid Drift, Leor, and Magico. And, of course, hopefully this doesn't fucking stall again. Are you ready? Shout out. Barcode Scoop Meister, Sways, and Rice. So there you go. Congratulations to them. And, Will, that's it for the competitive news. Which means it must be time for Rostermania!
Couple pieces of Rostermania this week. Ash, man, I should say. Holy crap, it is Monday.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking Monday, man.
We have a team looking for an org. It is Gunny, Uzi, Zuzi, Little Gators, and Coach Jagged Cloud. And they stated looking to rep an org. We are at the 6th seed going into the open. There you go. Next up, a sad one. Wonder Boy's been around for a long time.
Yes.
And he tweeted, retires from coaching. He states 4 years, 20 wins, 150K. Now is the right time for me to walk away from coaching in Halo Infinite. Thank you for the memories. Here's to the future. Wonder Boy's kind of just been a staple in the European scene. And he's been around since I started watching Halo, getting into the scene. It's tough seeing members of the Halo scene drop off or retire or leave. It makes me feel old, man.
Will, that's because we are old.
We are old. That's very true.
Wonder Boy was a caster back in the H5 days. And so you may have seen him on broadcast many a time during that era. And then, yeah, during the Infinite era, he was the coach for Navi when Navi was actually in the scene. Rest in peace. And then went over to ITB, that whole disaster. And then was the coach for the Nemesis team. And then we recently saw what happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wonder Boy was, I believe, like a pivotal part of those teams to get them to where they are. He's been through a lot. He's seen a lot. He knows a lot. And yeah, just wishing him the absolute best in whatever he decides to do next.
Yeah. But that's all we have for Rostermania, Josh.
Thank you very much, Will. It's time for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. On Saturday, September 20th, we have the Forge Hub S&D Extraction 4v4 tournament taking place. And then on Sunday, September 21st, we have the FFA Prep Tourney number 2, hosted by Obsidian Storm and Valerian. So if you didn't have the opportunity to compete in the first one, or if you competed in the first one, you want to compete in the second one, fucking sign up. Make it happen. Get that FFA practice in leading up to Charlotte. Make a statement. We only have 2 fucking events left. Stamp your tickets to Worlds, man. Stamp it. That's it for the upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Will,
yeah,
just so we can transition into the topic, Scrim Tournament League recaps.
Scrims are available for all regions at Halo Data Hive if you want to look into those and go nuts like the Redditors do. But because the LAN, the LVT Pro League LAN, in partnership with Shopify Rebellion, took place this weekend, that's really going to be our topic. So there's really no tournament league recaps to go over other than that.
Indeed. Thank you, Will, for going through those Scrim and Tournament League recaps.
You got it.
So yes, that means it's time for our topic of the show. The LVT Pro League LAN post show. It's time. Ronan says, I don't like Optic anymore. Well, you know what, Ronan? They don't like when you misspell their name. So I think the feeling's mutual between the both of you. So there you go. Also, Cytonian, Ash, Dre, and Canary, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a great night.
Wait. I think I have a tag. Is it Satan Ian?
I will let them decide how that's pronounced.
We'll keep rolling. We'll
so
see
hold on. No, we got to put this to bed right now. Is it Satonian or Satan Ian? How do you pronounce your name? Because now we're locked in.
Say like Saiyan, Tian, like Kryptonian from Super. Satonian. So you had it right, Josh.
Fucking nailed it.
So I started reading it like Saiyan.
Sure.
So I thought it was like say. Anyway, I never get gamer takes right. So fuck you. Let's just keep the tradition going.
Will's reaction. I never get these right. Fuck you. And that's it. Oh my God. Ronan, you're a piece of shit. Why don't you go to bed, you bastard? Like, go away. God, you need a
For anybody
nap.
new here, Ronan is the troll of the chat, so don't take anything seriously.
He is a yes. God. You need a nap like my daughter needed a nap yesterday. Like, Jesus Christ. Is the sub function broken for anyone else trying to use Prime Sub but keep getting an error? Oh, I haven't heard any issue. I'm sorry if that is the case, and we appreciate you wanting to use your Prime Sub on us. All right. LVT Pro League LAN post show. Now that we put that to bed.
Yep.
Now we need to put Ronan to bed. Championship bracket. So for those who do not recall what had happened during this event, let's give you the rundown of the format, we should say. So 6 teams qualified from the online competition that happened week over week, match over match, and there were $1,000 that a team could earn per week per match, right? 6 teams qualified out of the 8 that were participating in the Pro League. There was no pool play or anything like that, okay? Instead, the top 2 seeds, which was Optic because they had a perfect record going into this. It's like online doesn't actually matter. Optic had a perfect record going into the LAN. Shopify had the 2nd seed. Okay. They got a first round bye. All right. So all teams technically started in the winner's bracket. There was no pool play, anything like that. Therefore, and this was double elimination, best of 7 series across the board. Every single series was a best of 7. Okay. And it was a double elimination tournament. Winners round 1, Will. We kicked off with a couple absolute bangers that, frankly, I wasn't expecting the result that we got at the end.
Yes, agreed.
At the end of the day, we'll go through our predictions and how whether or not our predictions were correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But for all intents and purposes, didn't expect the 2 teams winning these series as they did. So, we kicked the tournament off on Friday with 2 series taking place. Both series ended in a Game 7. First was Envy going up against SSG. And Envy ekes out that win in a 4-3 series fashion, sending SSG to the losers bracket. And Will, frankly, more surprising in my opinion, and people can take that for what you will, but if I'm being completely honest, I'll be the asshole here. If I'm being completely honest, I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of complexity in this event. During the pre-show, Will, like the team that I said that I wanted to be watching was Envy. They were the team that I was most curious about if the amount of practice that they've been putting in and the work that they've been putting in is going to lead to results in a LAN environment. What is up, Onset? How are you doing? And Complexity showed up in this first matchup, Will.
They did.
Complexity sent FaZe down to the losers bracket in a 4-3 fashion. And again, this was the one I was most not expecting to see happen.
Yeah. Like I said before the show, I was traveling this weekend and was watching the feed. And when these 2 matches came through and I saw the results, I was just frankly shocked a little bit. I feel like Envy has been improving. I've talked about how I appreciate how they've stuck together and continued to grow together. And beating SSG on LAN is a good sign for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Complexity against FaZe, I mean, I don't think anybody really expected that.
I sure as fuck did not. And Will, you and I both have talked. We talk about all the time how SSG kind of like they level up in a sense when they get to a LAN environment, especially Stellar and Eco, right? We know what they're able to accomplish. We know what they've accomplished in the past. So, again, seeing an Envy come in here and be like, let's just put that shit to bed right away.
Yeah.
Really good to see out of them. In Complexity, that's fantastic what they were able to do. But here's the other thing I keep in the back of my mind, Will. Another thing that people may hate to hear all the time, but I think it's true and I think it warrants repeating because it sees its ugly head rear again in this tournament. A Friday is different from a Saturday, which is different from a Sunday. Okay?
Yes. We've seen Optic losing pools to Nemesis, and then look at what they did in the first two events of the year.
We've seen Complexity have an amazing time in pool play just to then frankly shit the bed when it comes to bracket play. So, moving on to winners round 2, we have Optic going up against Envy and Shopify going up against Complexity. And Envy, wow. Envy were close to doing the thing. Game 7 was not very close, if we're being honest. But they did what they did what they could. At the end, it wasn't enough, but it still was a game 7. Optic sent Envy to the losers bracket in a 4-3 finish. And then, Will, Complexity met a formidable foe in the winner's set here at Shopify Rebellion.
Yeah.
This is our first sweep of the tournament, going by way of Shopify, sending Complexity to losers bracket 4-0. And
in this,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, please.
I was saying in this winners round 2, again, Envy taking Optic to a game 7, like showing some promise, right?
Yes.
Really cool to see. Even though it didn't end in their favor, I think progress is being made there. I think they could vie for a top 4 spot in Charlotte.
I'm not going to disagree with you because we're going to talk about it when we get in the actual placings at the end of this. We're going to talk about Envy a little more detailed in their FaZe series that's going to be coming up here soon. But perfect. I do not disagree with you in the slightest. But either way, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, and then the Shopify Complexity series, right?
Yeah.
Like Complexity 4-3 against FaZe. You're like, all right, they're doing something. Like, excited to see what they bring against Shopify. Do they have that same tenacity? And it just went 4-0 Shopify.
You could look at the Slayer game being kind of close, being 50-42, but the King of the Hill live fire was a 3-2 going by way of Shopify. So that was the only really close game. The other two were just straight up blowouts. So again, they met an actual formidable foe here. Wasn't able to do anything against them. They get dropped down to losers bracket and the show goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Losers round 1. Our second sweep of the tournament. Our second of 2, as a matter of fact. There were only 2 sweeps this weekend, both of which came by way of Complexity. SSG eliminate Complexity from the tournament again in a 4-0 fashion. SSG turning back up a little bit here. But Complexity did bring it to them in the first couple games. Okay, Space Station won a 50-49 Solitude Slayer. Space Station won a 3-2 Origin CTF to kick the series off. And then it was basically the space station show from the rest of the way there in the series. And like Will said in the chat, for those that are attempting to sub or resub, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for attempting. It does sound like Twitch may be having an issue. So hopefully they get that remedied. But thanks for fucking attempting. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Will, not to be an ass and not to dwell on it further really, but just the last point I want to make is it felt like complexity to complexity things on a Saturday.
Yeah. Like you said before, they've had amazing pool play showings, and then things don't go well in the rest of the tournament. And Friday went well for them. Saturday, not so well.
Yeah.
Here we are again.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens in Charlotte for them. Okay. So there were a few series here that happened in succession. And these series, besides the grand finals, because everybody loves a grand final regardless of who wins or loses, but like I think these series were arguably the best of the weekend. Okay? So first we had FaZe going up against Envy. And again, this is a losers round 1 match. No, Laird, we don't have a coffee link. So FaZe go up against Envy. Envy are eliminated from the tournament here. This also went to a game 7, Will. And the game that everybody's going to be talking about in this series, and rightfully so, is the Slayer on Streets, which was game 7. Well, Absent was able to figure it out. Absent with the 22-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciated. Can't wait for the hug at Worlds. I still believe you're going to Worlds.
Will it be a bear hug?
Are you making a joke that I'm not getting right now? Or are you just asking? Fucking A, it's a joke that I'm not getting.
Wait, God damn it. Absent, are you not going to Worlds?
No, he is. He said I am.
He is? Oh, there. Okay, yeah. My bad. We're good.
Okay. Because now, the fuck you. God damn it. Ah. All right. So yeah. That's Slayer. Will, it came to time. It came to time. It was Slayer on Streets. The end score was 49-48. FaZe Clan eliminates Envy from the tournament. Now, I should have gotten the clip from his stream because I genuinely think he did an amazing job, like breaking things down. But I was watching APG late last night. After the tournament had concluded and all that stuff. And he went back and he was breaking down, he was analyzing some of the gameplay from that game specifically. And I thought the insight that he was bringing to it was really fucking cool, especially because he's been in those high pressure moments, in those high pressure situations, in those games that truly matter. And seeing, and like the really cool thing was he kind of did like nearly a side-by-side of a different game from a different series where Optic, I believe it was Optic, just completely played differently to what Envy did. And it was a really cool dynamic of like, this is what you should do versus this is what this team did. And so, yeah, shout out to APG for doing that analysis. I thought that was really, really cool and really well detailed. But if you want a game to go back, if you want a game to truly go back and really break down, it's that one. It's that game 7 in that series, because the pressure, like if Envy would have won this series, right? if Envy would have won this series, they would be moving on to fight for top 4. That's what would have happened. If they would have won this series, they would have been fighting for top 4. But at the end, they get eliminated in a top 6 finish. And like, it was so, the end of this game was so fucking insane that on one moment you thought that Envy were going to somehow do it on the like it, and then literally like a millisecond later, right? Like a fucking millisecond later, like the tides change again and again and again and again. You just don't know what the fuck is. It's insanity at the very end of the game. So much so, Will, that based on how the end of that game took place, neither team realized in that moment whether they won or lost. When Penguin realized they won, he was like, oh, thank fuck. When Descendant realized they lost, his head was so deep into his hands.
Oh, no.
It was just such a split fucking second moment at the very end of the game where the clock struck 0. And there was a final trade that happened at the end of the game, which gave FaZe that 1 kill lead. Or FaZe kept that 1 kill lead because of that trade. And it was over in an instant. Both teams didn't realize what had happened in that very moment. And then when reality hit, you're like, oh, fuck. By way of Envy, and like, holy shit, by way of FaZe, right? So Onset says Envy 100% now have a consistent top 4, top 3 threat. I would argue top 4.
I could see top 3 if the bracket goes their way.
That's the key. I think that's the key, Will. I think they're a consistent top 4 threat regardless of how bracket shapes out.
Look, with it being that close with FaZe, we know I believe they can beat they beat SSG. I do see that as a potential top 3 threat.
Okay. Loyal Wolf with the gifted sub to Onset. Thank you so much for the gifting a sub to Onset. Hey. You get a woo! Greatly appreciated. I would argue that Envy is definitive 5th best NA team regardless of bracket. Yeah, I don't even think that needs to be argued. Shopify, Optic, FaZe, SSG, Envy. Yeah. I think so. Veggies, Will and I were both right. Oh, Genetics says clear your cookies. Maybe that could be the issue with Twitch. Maybe you guys got to clear the cookies. I don't know what to make of SSG right now.
It's shaky, right?
Yeah. I mean, they've been consistent over this event in SLC on being a top 4 team. And by top 4, I mean 4th. Like that's, yeah. That's where they are. You know what I mean? Like that's where they are. Oh, no, Mark, absolutely not. I agree completely. There's no way. I mean, maybe this is faded too. Genetics, I promise I'll get to you in just a moment. Maybe this is faded as well, Will, but like with the way that Shopify's been playing and my personal beliefs about Optic, like if Optic are playing their best game, Shopify are playing the way that they've been playing, I don't even think FaZe are able to sniff winning a championship.
I agree.
So, and I know people might disagree with that, but like I don't see that. And we're gonna talk about in these next few series. But first, Genetics with the 5 gifted. You get a whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Greatly appreciated. And Sin with the 14-month resub. You get a whoa. Thank you so much for the resub, Sin. Welcome back.
Thank you.
God damn. Top 2 are clear at the moment. See, Mark, this is why we appreciate you. You know, like you just get it. It's not difficult to see. You look at the landscape out there and you're like, 2 of these teams are not like the others. And that's what it is. It's pretty fucking simple to see. All right. Moving on. So, yes, it was an absolute heartbreaking loss from Envy there. To go home with the top 6 there when it felt like they were so close. And again, I implore this is what sucks though, right? I don't know if he has VODs enabled on his channel. I'm talking about APG, but if he does, or if he has this stuff on YouTube or whatever, please go try to find where he breaks this down, because he really fucking did a great job in my opinion on like just some of the plays, breaking down some of the plays in that game 7 versus, frankly, I'm sorry to say, but frankly, a better team in a similar situation and how they made these plays. I think it was a really, really cool breakdown of those. Oh yeah, veggies. I can agree with that. SSG now had 2 LANs and all the pro league and practice between. Should be enough time. Hope so. You would hope so. Yep. All right. So then we move on to losers round 2, Will, and this was the match that, again, when the team changes happened, right? This was the first match everyone was looking forward to see happening at SLC.
Yes.
And we got that match. And it was fireworks. It was electric. Like the bad blood was in the air and everyone was feeling, everyone's tense. Like, who's going to win the trade? And then FaZe won that one. And I'm sitting here, my fucking cheesy ass smile, be like, I was right. The one thing I was right on. But we were all waiting for that moment. Well, the moment happened again. This time at the LVT Pro League LAN. It was another great series. It was very back and forth. But FaZe, yet again, closes out the series against Space Station Gaming, this time in a 4-2 fashion, eliminating SSG with a 4th place finish.
I feel like this may be the same scenario we see play out at the next 2 LANs, where it's SSG and FaZe fighting for who goes to losers finals.
I'm excited. PD, what the fuck? You guys are gifting subs like crazy. PD, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. You get a whoa, 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 whoa. God damn. Don't you have a wedding to be planning for? What the fuck you gifting subs over here for? I fucking see
HCS Pro goats? No, PD's the goat.
PD is the goat. I see Ash in there. I see Lumi and Woolly Behemoth and fucking Yaxon. I still feel there's an upset this year somewhere. Onset, I would... Okay. You know what? These are the takes that I like to see because they do feel kind of out of left field. So Onset says, I can still see FaZe or SSG winning a best of 5. 2 Slayers. Anyone can win them. Oh my God, Mark, I love you. Oh my God. Oh, these takes are so good, man. Holy shit. Oh. God, I love when someone smart says that anybody can win a Slayer. I love it so much. It feels so good. So yeah, FaZe eliminate SSG from the tournament. Will FaZe clearly feel like they are the better team above them right now. That's why I've been continually saying, and I believe you agree, that like FaZe are that 3rd place team right now, is what it feels like.
Yo.
What the fuck? Guys, is this where we do that like self promo? Like if you got a Prime sub, you get if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Warrior Bros, thank you so much for the 10 fucking gifted out of nowhere. What the hell? You get a whoa, 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 whoa. I think that was 8 and then 10. I think we got there. Typically, I counted out with my hand, but I didn't do that this time around. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. God damn it.
That's crazy. You guys got us what? Through a level 5? Working on a level 6?
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck? Whoa!
Loyal.
Whoa! Why? Why? What the fuck? Why? Warrior says, just finished making dinner. This ravioli lasagna is going so hard with this fresh made garlic parm bread. Yo, that fuck. Can you deliver it to us through the camera?
Sounds delicious.
God, what the fuck? Loyal Wolf with the 25 gifts.
Damn Wolf.
Wait, hold on. We're not done. Hold. Whoa. Whoa. Stop. Well, guys. Fuck. Whoa.
Josh has got some woos.
Wow.
John sneaking in there. And Nutty Daddy. Oh, my God.
What?
That's 36 woos you have to give out, Josh.
Will, I think they figured out the Twitch issue. I think they figured it out. Happened. What the fuck, guys? Oh my God. Thank you so much. Nutty Daddy with the 10 gifted and John with the 28-month resub. Will, you're right. I have 36 woos to give out.
Aaron says, save the woos to the end. Give us one big set.
I kind of want to do them now.
You want to?
You know what? Let's leave it up to chat. We'll leave it up to chat. Do you want the woos now or do you want the woos later? And actually, you know what? I only care, no offense to chat, I only care about Loyal Wolf's opinion and Nutty Daddy's opinion. Because they're the ones that gifted those fucking subs. So Nutty Daddy, if you're here, and Loyal Wolf, if you're here, what do you want? They got to be Ric Flair. They are. They always are. Spider Blaze, think of the follow. Welcome to the live show.
You know what? Nutty says save them. I'm kind of like, we always do them right when they're given out, right?
We do.
I think we've saved them once.
We did save them once.
We had a giant.
We had
giant.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? Fuck it. We do it live. All right. Yeah. 36. Here we go. Woo, woo, Absent with the 5 gifted. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for the fucking gifted subs, the resubs, the submarinos. You guys are fucking crazy, dude. Wow. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Shurzy, welcome back. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Insane.
Aaron says, I needed more of a warning. This is why he wanted it at the end. He said, I needed more of a warning. I'm in an apartment. My window was open. That was worth it. Spider says, are you guys going to Worlds? Yes, we fucking are, baby! We'll have stickers. Stay tuned. Can't fucking wait. My cat didn't like the woos, but I did. Shout out the cat. Shout out the cat. Will, we have a tournament to talk about. Winners Final. Winners Final. Another series. This is one that I was very curious about as well. Okay. Because the matchup that we kind of all expected to have happen here happened. Shopify going up against Optic. Shopify had an unbelievably dominant tournament in SLC. And my thoughts about Optic notwithstanding, Shopify were clear and away the better team at that event. And I wanted to see if A, they would ride that momentum leading into this one. And I wanted to see how Optic would do. That was a big internal question of mine, is how are Optic going to perform knowing that Shopify are where they're at right now? And at least in this winner's final, we got to see, be careful here. We got to see glimpses. Of Optic past. Okay? We didn't see consistency of Optic past. We didn't see consistency of Arlington and DreamHack Optic. But we got to see some glimpses. Shopify just continue to show the work that they've been putting in and the chemistry that they have as a team and showing what all that means when it matters. Shopify send Optic to losers bracket in a 4-3 finish. This series also went to a best of 7. And this one was an absolute banger that people should go watch if they haven't already. Genetics with the 5 fucking gifted. Genetics, you get a woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much. And yes, you did gift to Bound.
You did gift Bound.
Why are we doing this? Fulcrum, it's one of those shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, man.
It's a woo show.
It is a woo show. It is. So, whoa, what the fuck was that? A combo started.
What is that?
I don't know either. I just got a really weird chime pop into my headphones.
Anybody know what a combo is?
It said Haley started it. Haley, what did you do? Hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Warrior with the 10 additional fucking... What the fuck is going on? What are these chimes? Warrior with the 10 additional gifted subs. You get a... Woo, 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 woo. Fuck, dude. Y'all provide a very serious and amazing product for the HCS community, and I just want to share my appreciation with y'all and provide with a tip, so to speak. Warrior, okay, this combo shit thing is fucking weird.
All right, Josh, a Twitch combo can refer to 2 different features. I think it's this one that's coming up. A community-driven on-screen celebration feature that uses bits to trigger synchronized animations and effects as viewers tap to contribute.
Thank you all for the bits. The fuck? And Warrior, you are far, far too kind. We say it all the fucking time, and we mean it, is that, like, regardless of subs and viewers and all that stuff, like, the fact of the matter is we do the show because you guys take the time to be here. You guys take the time to listen to it, to watch it, to interact with it, right? Like, whether it be in a YouTube comment or in the Discord server or wherever, on Twitter or whatever. That's why we do the show. So thank you so fucking much for listening, for being here, and for all the fucking gifted is insane. Canary with a 5-month resub, you get a woo! Thank you so much for the resub, Canary. Welcome back. This chime in my headphones is fucking weird.
It just keeps going.
But and to everybody that is donating bits as well with this combo thing that's happening, thank you so much for the bits as well. Ishio says Josh be mid rant and it'll go boop. Yeah, it's gonna take me out of it so badly. Absent, fuck you, love you. All right. So yeah, this was the one I was waiting for too. Like, this was one of the series that I was heavily waiting for. I want to see what Optic are doing. I want to see the level of competition that they bring to this event. Yep, God damn it. I will get to this in a minute, I promise. I wanted to see the level of optic that we were going to get at this event because I truly feel that they did not show what they were capable of at SLC. Additionally, I wanted to see the level of Shopify that we were going to get at this event because, frankly, because I truly believe this is what happened to Optic. And this is not to talk shit about Shopify because they've clearly been putting in the work and they clearly have that chemistry within their team as well, which I think is a huge factor as well. But I don't think Optic played their best or anywhere near their best, frankly, like speaking, at SLC. So I wanted to see what these teams were going to do in this matchup at this LAN, regardless of it being not a major and blah, blah, who fucking cares? And like I said, we saw glimpses, in my opinion, of that optic, but we didn't see consistency of that optic. And Will, context matters. We talk about it all the time. Maniac talked last night about how apparently Bound, his controller broke during the tournament. And I don't know, I wish, Tools is here, I wish he was here right now, but Maniac was talking about how apparently he needed to take Tools' controller for the event.
Damn.
And Will, we do know, and I'm not trying to make excuses here, I'm just providing context, right? We do know that trying to use somebody else's controller or using something you're not necessarily accustomed to can hurt. And I know that stats don't mean everything because I truly believe that. Stats don't tell the whole story. Bound did not have a good tournament. He didn't have a good tournament. Whether that be because of controller, whether it be something else, he didn't have a good tournament. It is what it is. So, this match happened. It still came down to a game 7. The series was still pretty back and forth, but it was Shopify getting the win, sending Optic to losers bracket. With that, Canary with the 5 fucking gifted, you get a woo, 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 woo. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Greatly appreciated. And thank you so much for the level 4 fucking combo with all the bits there too. Thank you so much. Last shot confirmed today that Bounce controller fell on the floor and broke and he was using a razor. Thank you very much. Oh, we're not done with the combo. Okay.
It's still going.
Okay.
Just get used to the beeps, Josh.
Yes. And yes, I agree, Shio. But see, that's the problem is that they add new features and they don't tell anybody about them. And then here we are. Okay.
There was probably an email that we didn't read. Let's be honest.
No, fuck that. I do read the emails. I'm blaming Twitch on this front. This ain't me. This ain't you. God damn it. All right. Moving on. We get to the losers final. And yeah, as expected, Will, this is where FaZe's tournament comes to an end. Optic do what Optic need to do here. They eliminate FaZe in a 4-1 fashion. And we have the rematch of the SLC Grand Final. We have the rematch of the two teams that we expect to be there for the rest of the year. We have Shopify going up against Optic Gaming. Shopify coming from winners, Optic coming from losers. If Optic want a chance of this, they're going to have to repeat the magic that they were able to accomplish in Arlington and Dallas and do it in 2 best-of-7s. Shopify thought to themselves, they're like, nah, we don't need that. So Shopify eliminate Optic Gaming from the tournament in a 4-1 fashion. In the game, and here's the even scarier part, Will. Here is the even scarier part. Optic Gaming, as we hear on the broadcast, shout out to Tools, is that one of Optic Gaming's best map mode combinations is Oddball Live Fire.
Yes.
They were 2 seconds away from losing that game. They were 2 seconds of ball time away from losing that game. And in the other games, the only game that they held close to Shopify was Slayer on Aquarius 50-46. Okay, the amount of bits you guys are donating to this right now is fucking insane. Can I just say that real quick? Also,
Says I do it for the screen animation, to be honest.
I mean, we appreciate it.
I need to look at this.
Yeah, Will, think about this. Like we have when you're here in studio, right? We have the chat up on the TV up there.
Yeah.
I'm seeing these fucking things pop off every single time it's happening. I'm seeing fucking rainbow things fly across the screen and shit. God damn. Thank you all so much for the fucking bits.
Thank you guys.
And thank you all so much for the level 11 fucking hype train as well. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wow. So, Will, with that.
Yeah.
Our predictions results. Will, you wanna do the honors?
We were right. Oh man. 5th, 6th, we had Complexity and Envy. 4th, SSG. 3rd, Phase. 2nd, Optic. And 1st, Shopify. For once, our board is completely green on both sides.
We were spot on. May not have happened the way we kind of expected it to happen, but the results was the results at the end of the day. So shout out to Shopify on winning their home LAN event. And even with Envy taking a sixth place finish there, I know they're not going to be happy with the results, but I will say that I was very happy to see the improvements that they've been making, to see that the work that they have been putting on in practice and whatnot is starting to translate more to a LAN environment. Now they just need to focus up. They need to work more together. They need to be more clear cut on things that they're going to be doing around the map. Continue to put in this practice. And like we've been saying, Will, like Onset was in here saying as well, you guys look like a top 4 team now. That is what you look like. You look like a top 4 team now. Now you just need to make it happen. Is the lesson to take away from this weekend is that more teams need to watch movies together? That was fucking funny what Royal 2 was talking about on the couch. Oh, man. Cytonian says, hot take, Envy or winning worlds. Hey, you know what? If you keep that take, because where's PD? Hey, PD, you want to get in here with your Cloud9 take? You going to bring that back from last year? Please.
Wasn't that the beginning of this year?
I think so, but I think he carried it last year as well. God, Absent says, I think Envy has a solid chance I'm in on that hot take. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so PD, you want to tell the folks at home what your take was, or is, I should say? PD says C9 is grand finals bound at some point this year, albeit they're running out of time. Oh shit. Oh shit. There you go. There's PD's take. Live by the take, die by the take. So Will, your overall tournament and event thoughts.
Man, I'm sure you have the same thought, but
yeah.
Best of 7's kind of nice.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good, especially when we start a Friday off with 2 back-to-back 7-game series, man.
No, other than that, glad we got a little extra competition before the majors and worlds coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Giving these teams something to actually fight for, LAN environment, money on the line. We get to see what these teams are doing and get a little bit more insight as to what we might see moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Love that it wasn't an online tournament to finish it. They actually got them there for LAN. And honestly, wish I could have seen a little more of it because traveling out of town for the weekend, was at a wedding for those who don't know, so didn't want to be staring at the phone all day. But yeah, your thoughts, Josh?
So I'm going to go piece by piece here. First, I want to start with the event as a whole, production, all that fun stuff. I think they knocked it out of the park. LVT, DSA Group, Shopify, they all did an absolute phenomenal job here. Some of the feedback that I saw on Reddit and on Twitter that I'd like to echo, because I agree, is that the extended listen-ins that they would have during the series was really greatly appreciated. Getting more of that in, like, yes, it can be very jumbled. It can be a lot to take in at one time when these players are like screaming things out and whatnot. But there's a method to that madness, right? And when you get to hear an extended period of that, to really get the hype moments, but also get those calm moments as well, where they're planning things out, they're planning pushes, whatever it may be. Or you get to hear a player get hyped up after getting a kill or having a setup go through. That was really cool to see and really cool to hear. So big shout outs to them for having extended listen-ins. Having players on for the couch interviews as well was nice to see. Obviously would love for them to be. One of the things that I liked about like the LVT watch parties that have taken place is getting a pro player or a coach or multiple of them and having them on to analyze the series as it's taking place as well. Right? Now I understand this was professionally casted. This isn't a watch party situation, but I think it could have been a cool opportunity to have a player that was not competing at that time or not practicing at that time, come in and provide insight, break things down as well as things are happening in the game. I think it could be really cool to have that in a live moment. So if this could happen in the future, I think that'd be a really cool thing to have take place. And Will, would you like to share the piece you talked about with like the delay between games? Because I shared this with you.
Right. That's the only kind of like downside I had about it when I was watching. There was a lot of time in between just games, not even at like the normal, the Slayer break, right? Yeah. After game 2, they usually players take a break.
Yep.
There was a long waiting period between every single match. And with having best of 7s, it did take a while to get through some time. I understand also, though, they held viewership during those times and made the event, they had extra analysis and all that. So wish the games came through a little quicker just for enjoyment of spectating at home. But that's the only like negative I really had.
I agree. And as we heard, I think it was Cycle that talked about on the couch after the end of the grand final, where he threw some shade at the HCS for their PCs because he talked about how great the ones at the Shopify HQ were. He said that it felt like he was playing at home. So when you have the hardware to back it up as well in that facility with the PCs and the monitors and everything, that's a really cool feeling too. So again, big shout out to Shopify for having the equipment necessary on-prem. Big shout out to DSA Group with Celeste and Fragout and everybody that was helping out there on making the operations run smoothly. And Celeste, we saw your fucking whiteboards on Twitter. Incredible. And so obviously shout out to the talent from LVT and the production side of things there for bringing their A game. And a big shout out to the players too, because the thing, I've said it once, I've said it probably over 1,000 times in the tenure of this show. I believe that online doesn't matter. Yes, like practice is great and all that shit. They talk about all the time how Shopify have been absolutely putting that work in. FaZe have been putting more work in. Envy clearly have been putting work in. Optic maybe not so much work in that they should be. So the practice is benefiting these teams. That's fantastic. But the point that I get at, right, is, I mean, shit. It was Best Man or somebody else on the couch that talked about how they were just happy that these series were a lot closer, right? Because the amount of blowouts that we had, and this was mentioned, the amount of blowouts that we had during the Pro League, right? So many 4-0s, so many 4-1s. We were all super excited for all these best of sevens to be taking place, for a lot of these to end out in just, man, yes, we love watching Halo, but like you see a 4-0 or a 4-1, you're like, what's the fucking point of this? To then come to this LAN environment where we're getting game 7, game 7, game 7, game 5, game 6. Like, yes, we had a couple sweeps, complexity, but we had more. I mean it. We had some of the best Halo that was played, not only this year, but in all of Infinite HCS. Over the past 4 years, this is some of the best we've ever seen. And so when I say that like online doesn't matter, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Where you have an Optic going undefeated in the Pro League, coming in and getting stomped in the grand final, regardless of bounds controller situation. You have so many blowouts that are happening in these in the Pro League, and then you come on LAN, you're like, no, this is what it all fucking means. Like, this is what it's all for. This is why it matters. And you get to see these teams show that work off that they've been putting in and try to make that statement and try to gain momentum going into the next event, because we only have fucking 2 left. So from an event perspective, to everybody involved, thank you so fucking much for making this happen. And I really hope that there is something that happens in the future. I saw a comment on a Reddit post, and I don't know the validity of it, so like take this with a grain of salt. But apparently during the broadcast, clearly I missed it, if this happened, but apparently during the broadcast, it was stated how like this was the first time, right? Like kind of meaning that this isn't going to be the only time. So again, take it with a grain of salt. I would love for this not to be the only time this happens. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh God. I'm just going to say Cheel. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. So from an event perspective, congratulations to everybody involved. Absolutely nailed it out of the park. I think it was the last thing I want to hit at here, Will, is I think it's really cool. I think it really benefited the fact that we only had 6 teams attending, that we could have best of sevens for each series. Right? If this was a 12 team, a 16 team tournament, double elimination with pool play, the whole shebang, there's no way in hell it'd be possible. So the fact that we had the 6 teams, arguably the 6 best teams competing at this event, all best of 7 series, it was everything I could have ever fucking wished for. So huge shout out there. Really quick, want to go through the teams. So top 6, we had Complexity. Sent FaZe to losers bracket in the game 7 win. Huge ups to them. Great Friday performance. Great Friday performance. But then they proceed to get fucking stopped by Shopify and SSG, both in 0-4 sweeps. This is the Complexity that we've expected to see. It doesn't matter the roster that they have. This is just this is what they do. So I'm hoping they're able to pick things up. I'm hoping they're able to put that work in for Charlotte, and let's see what they're maybe able to accomplish after a pool play day. Because that's what we're all waiting to see. Envy. Will, something that we didn't even touch on. Think about this for a second. Envy played in back-to-back game 7s. They beat SSG 4-3 to send SSG to losers. They lost 3-4 against Optic to be sent to losers. And then they lost 3-4 in a heartbreaking defeat in that game 7 against FaZe to be eliminated from the tournament. Back-to-back game 7s for that fucking team. I typed this out well in advance, but based off what we were talking about earlier, it's with Onset as well. This is the point I made. I said this was my team to watch for this event, and they absolutely put on a show. They need to shore up a few things and work on team coordination, and they may have what it takes to earn a top 4 or, dare I say, a top 3 finish, depending upon how a bracket shakes out. So go ahead, please.
No, we said it all before, but they came to play, and they're right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious if these series look different in a best of 5 at a major, but they really showed they can hang in there. I mean, like you said, back to back best of 7 series, that takes some tenacity, some endurance, and some mental fortitude. So props to them, and we'll see moving forward if they can get to that top 4, top 3 spot.
Absolutely.
I think that should be the goal for them moving forward.
100%. Charlotte is their I'm not even going to say their best opportunity, because if they keep improving and they keep playing how they've been playing, they have a potentially even better opportunity at Worlds. But Charlotte is the first one. Charlotte's their first opportunity to do this. And if they can do it there, they only make seeding better for themselves at Worlds, can set themselves up pretty. We'll have to wait and see. Real quick, 4th place, SSG. Another 4th place finish, another loss to FaZe. In 3rd place was FaZe, another 3rd place finish, and another loss to Optic.
Mm-hmm.
2nd, Optic Gaming. Again, like I talked about, Will, according to Maniac, Bound came into the event with a broken controller and had to play on a different one. And I'll say this right here, right now. I've said it before. I said it immediately when SLC ended. Will, we were in the venue, and I said it as soon as they lost. I truly believe that Optic are going to win Charlotte. It is the take that I had then. It's the take that I'm going to continue through this event. But with the performance that was shown at this LAN, it's time to put up or shut up for Optic. We clearly know what they're capable of doing, and I don't care about the whole God Squad talk and all that shit. I don't give a shit. With the caliber of players on that team, the expectation is to win every event. And I know the same can be said about Shopify, whatever. But I truly do believe that Optic playing at their best are the best team in the world. And they're going to have to play their best if they're going to want to beat the Shopify team, who frankly is on a motherfucking heater.
That's it. That's the thing though, Josh. It's been 2 events now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they haven't looked their best.
Yes.
I don't know if Shopify has, personally, I feel like Shopify has jumped them in the rankings after winning 2 back-to-back LANs like this.
I respect the take.
I think Optic is on a little bit of a slide.
And you know what? Will, I'm not going to lie to you. I already have the episode title in my head. If they lose. If they lose in Charlotte. Yep. I already have the episode title in my head. Because like I said, I respect what you're saying. I'm waiting for Charlotte to see if that happens. I said from the moment they lost in SLC that I still truly believe that when Optic are playing at their best, I think they're the best team in the world. And that's no slight to Shopify. That's no slight to any player or any team. It's that weird gut feeling. That's all it is.
I get that.
So if they put in that work, if they put in the work, and not Shopify clearly are going to continue to do so, like you said. And Will, the thing that really hit it for me was when they were on the couch after they won and they talked about that chemistry that they have. Because one of the biggest things, Will, we talk about is you could have all the skill in the world, but if you don't click, if your teamwork's not there, if that chemistry is not there, you're going to lose. You're just going to fucking lose. But that's the thing about Shopify. Not only do they have the skill, but they have the chemistry too. So if Optic are able to put in that work and they're able to get back in the form that I expect them to be, I do believe that they're the best team in the world. If they lose in Charlotte, I will have a much bigger discussion to have with you, Will, on that show.
Okay.
But I'll also tell you straight up, because, well, we've been doing this for a long time. I'll tell you straight up as well. Let's just say, hypothetically, if Optic win, if it's like, because we watch the games, like we watch these things take place. We're not just focused on a stat sheet. If I watch the games and I see and I'm like, I don't know, man, I'll call that shit out too. I'm not going to sit, if they win and it's not in a fashion that I'm like, okay, that felt good.
Right. You're saying like, if Optic like barely eke out a win or something funky happens.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here.
The series is just really close and it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Like you're expecting Optic to be in their dominant form where it is like a 4-1 in the best of 7.
Or like a 4-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I was right and shout my shit. Honestly.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. In my gut, I think that if they play their absolute best, they're the best team. But right now, over the course of SLC and the Shopify LAN, and Grog, I know you're here. I see you, but I own my shit. Shopify, they look incredible. They genuinely look fucking incredible. And the thing that really got me, genuinely, the thing that really got me was hearing how the chemistry is on that team. Because it's something we've literally talked about for years. And so knowing the skill that those players have, knowing the veteran talent that they have that have won world championships in the past, knowing I don't even know if you could call them newcomer talent anymore, but like these kids that are coming up and having the skill that they have and being able to learn from these two vets and seeing how well they play together. If you couldn't ask for a better recipe for success.
And that's what makes me like want to root for them a little bit, you know?
Absolutely.
They have that kind of, they have like, it's a weird, like they have an underdog feel of them because of Optic, but yet they're playing really well right now. So they are the top dogs for now.
Yep.
I'm not going to say I think it's still really close between them and Optic and either way. But Shopify just seems like a team you just want to root for right now.
I do not disagree with you. And Will, like when you see a last shot pop off or a cycle pop off and cycle's just fucking deadpan on the camera the entire time. And like one of the things we talked about, Will, during Arlington and Dallas, right? And I don't mean to sound like an ass, like singling out an individual player, but because we know of the caliber and we know what he's able to accomplish, we were waiting for Frosty. Like we were waiting for Frosty to be back in that. He's fucking him. Like that's what we were waiting for.
Right.
And we got that in SLC and we got that at this LAN as well. And so like,
right.
Go ahead, please.
Because preseason, basically, I'm going to say call preseason, year 4, when this team formed and there was the Kason event, everyone's like, MVP Frosty's back, right?
Yep.
Like, and then we didn't really see it to that caliber in the first 2 events.
Yep.
And you're right. It's starting to come back. He's starting to be at that level.
And they look really fucking good right now. And the fact that the vibes are where they are, that just adds more to them. It's just, yeah. And Will, you've mentioned it before too, but like if we have, there's a real possibility that Shopify are able to win Worlds this year and we have a new winner every fucking year of this game. And it'd be incredible. It'd be incredible. Spider Blaze, where'd you guys get the custom helmet? Looks awesome. This was from Justin LaFleche. He actually commissioned an artist for it, a local artist over in Canada. And yeah, huge shout out to him and huge shout out to the artist for making that happen. Notorious says, I thought Optic was going to win Charlotte, but after seeing that Bound performance, I don't know. I get the controller thing, but man, that was rough. Okay. Will, I think this is a nice segue into saying something that I've been holding on to for a good amount of this episode, because instead of like talking down about a player, I want to bring up a player instead. Will, we have the whole discussion, and I'm seeing the discussion taking place on Reddit and everything as well about MVP, right? About MVP of the game, MVP of this year, whatever it is. And I've been seeing a lot of talk about, it like Cycles got it, or, Last Shot's got it. And frankly, I understand. Like, I respect those that are saying that. I still think it's just Renegade. I think, Will, remember back, oh God. Okay, I talk about how I didn't want to talk down players. Now it feels like I'm going to. Remember FaZe last year? And remember how it felt like one player was really feeling like they were putting players in the backpack and carrying them? It's how it's kind of felt like with Salt Lake and this LVT LAN. And again, this is no disrespect to any of the fucking players. I don't want people coming at me. It's just Renegade. Yeah. I feel like there's a player that's doing everything he can to keep Optic in the spot that they're in. And it really feels like it's Renegade over the past two events.
It's such a weird thing to me thinking about that it's kind of been that consistently on teams he's been on, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Why is it that he's had to carry? Like, what is happening to his other teammates where the production drops off for them when we know the caliber they can be?
And maybe I should clarify, because carry it can be a very negative term here, because we understand this is a team. We understand that Halo Infinite is a very team-based game, right? It's not relied on one person's performance. It is relied on a team's performance to get them where they get to, right? Mm-hmm. Where Shopify, when everybody's clicking right now, like everybody feels like they're doing their thing, they're working together really well, they're winning. Where with Optic in the first two events of the year, everyone was doing what they were supposed to be doing. Everyone was clicking. The vibes were great. They were winning. And it feels to me when watching these games take place, stats be damned, it feels like Renegade is doing everything he can to will the team to get there. Where when you need, and again, we've seen moments from Legend, we've seen moments from Formal, we've seen moments from Bound, right? But consistently, it feels like Renegade is the one doing that. Like when you need a player to clutch up a moment, clutch up a piv for that team, it feels like he's the one that's doing it to, yeah, that's just what it feels like. Grog says, yeah, but how many movies has he watched this season? Grog, not enough. Not enough movies. Okay? Not enough. I have a dumb question, because I have a genuinely dumb question. Is that new Conjuring movie, is it good? Like, I've been seeing, because I know that you guys talked about it. Like Shopify, the players were talking about on the couch, like, and then another show that I personally watched was talking about it. Like, is it actually a good movie, or is it like so bad it's good? That's what I want to know. Is it genuinely a good movie, or is it just so fucking bad it's good? And yet I've heard Weapons is genuinely very good. That I have heard that. I missed that one. Well, fuck. All right, never mind. All right, Grog, another question for you. You want to do us a solid? Not to say that you guys haven't already done us a major solid, but if you want to do us another solid, you want to like tease us, like hit us up in the DMs and tease us the Worlds merch that you guys got cooking. That'd be great. Please. I just want to know what I'm buying, you know? We don't leak. If there's one thing about our show, we don't fucking leak. So there's confidence there. Grog, please. 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 Oh my God. See, even chat wants to do it.
Looking.
Oh shit. Oh shit. See, even Mike. There you go. Shout out.
We got.
We don't fucking leak. People have tried. People have tried getting information out of us all the time. Ain't fucking working. We don't do that shit around here. Cassius, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Apologize for missing that a little earlier. Okay, well. Last part here. First place was Shopify. Already talked about them ad nauseum, but again, they deserve the praise. The vibes, they look fucking immaculate. Both in-game and out, as we've consistently been talking about. Cycle and Last Shot continue to get better and better as the year goes on. Frosty continues to hit tournament form over these past couple events, and I don't see that necessarily stopping. And then Royal 2 is just fucking Royal 2. So, yeah. Congratulations to them. They played lights fucking out all weekend. I can leak one thing. Do you remember Pogs? Yes. Are you guys going to have Shopify Pogs at Worlds?
Are you guys doing like a 90s themed booth?
I'm down for this. Are you going to have like a fucking, Will, you know, would actually go dummy hard? They partnered with Moist, like Moist Esports, or Moist Critical, I guess you could say. If they did like that Dixie Cup fucking design, but in their colors.
Oh, with the
you know, yep, yes, you know what I'm exactly fucking talking about. Yeah.
Yes. Not doing 90s themes, but putting a decent amount into a set. Okay, fair.
Well, Grog, if you ever wanted an idea, we'll just expect the residual checks in the mail. But like, you know, you can take that idea. 90s Dixie Cup in the colors that you guys use right now. They go pretty fucking hard. Tell you, we're great merch consultants over here at Pro Talk.
You could white shirt with that across the front, and then you could do Rebellion or the SR logo.
See, telling you, we're great merch consultants over here. We got to be careful though. SSG might terminate our non-existent contract.
Maybe.
Oh my God. We're not doing a 90s theme, but we are putting a decent amount in the set. Maybe it's indirectly 90s. I don't know my lore enough. We had a large neon budget. I'll also say that. Oh shit. All right.
Okay.
So in other words, what you're saying is at Worlds, like the lighting around main stage, instead the lighting's going to be fucking blinded by the neon that's happening over the Shopify Rebellion booth. Goddamn. I'm stoked. It's going to be awesome. So there you go. The LVT Pro League in partnership with Shopify Rebellion, the LAN has taken place. The results are concluded. Will, our predictions were 100% correct. And Will, I think that might have been for the first time in HCS Pro Talk history that both of us were 100% correct in our predictions.
Hey, go us.
7 years later, we did it.
We did.
I believe our booth is twice as large as last year, but any more, I might get in trouble. Well, hey, Grog, that's the best part, is that our DMs are always open. And they'll always remain private. Just hop on in, you know? The water's fine. All right. Moving on. Bracket and VODs are included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, as well as individual links to all of the series and the stats for each series are also in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. ! Show notes in the chat. Go check it out. Will, anything you want to add before we close out the post show?
No, I think you had a perfect recap. I think we'll leave it right there.
Awesome. Onwards to Charlotte. It's time for some regular news. Halo Ghosts and Glass by B. Gerard. I mispronounced the fuck out of that probably, but hey, go check that out. Brand new little audio bookie thing. Do you guys like the stats? What do you mean, Dre? Could you elaborate further? What stats are we talking about specifically? Also, Cassius says, very inviting view y'all have. Had to tap in. Thank you so much, Cassius, for being here. And thanks again for the follow. Operation Warpath is now live by Halo Studios. Last chance for Hayabusa. Acquire the Hayabusa bundle from the exchange now through October 7th before it vanishes into legend forever. Oh, the stats that LVT was showing during the LAN. Yes, absolutely. And like that. All that information that they can provide during the broadcast is fantastic. It's another reason why we love like when like Gaskin's kind of been known as like the stats man for the HCS in a way. So it's cool like hearing results that have taken place during the broadcast there too. So it's good shit. New mode, Invasion. In the 8v8 Invasion mode, the offense team assails the entrenched positions of the defenders in hopes of completing objectives and forcing their foes back. Rounds are divided into 3 phases, each with a unique objective where achievement is measured in new ground gained, a new goal, and upgraded loadouts for all teams. If the defenders can prevent the invaders from achieving their ambitions, the round ends and the teams switch sides. Time to put their backs to the wall. Winning rounds. Invasion rounds are divided into 3 phases, presenting a series of objectives. For each objective completed, attackers will gain 1 point toward victory and advance to the next phase with improved weaponry and new spawn points deeper into enemy territory. Invasion maps are designed to be linear so that action converges on discrete choke points in the early phases and scales to longer range combat as invaders access new areas. If attackers win a phase, both teams will be able to select from a new assortment of upgraded loadouts upon respawning. Defenders must deny any objective long enough to thwart the invasion and instantly end the round. Then it's their turn to go on the offensive. Where to play? To honor Halo Reach, because yes, this is a Reach mode that has been forged into Infinite. Invasion's banner shall fly full mast in a dedicated playlist through the duration of the Operation Warpath. Jump in now through October 7th. At the conclusion of the operation, Invasion will join the Squad Battle playlist. Halo Reach featured 3 playable Invasion maps. We've now doubled that to 6 maps, each with its own rotation of objectives. Original Invasion maps Breakpoint and Boneyard, now dubbed Recovery, return alongside 4 all-new arenas that were tailor-made for Invasion. New objective. In Halo Reach, Invasion maps featured a rotation of 3 core objectives: Capture the Zone, Assault, and Core Delivery. Halo Infinite adds a 4th objective, Payload, that asks invaders to escort a payload along a track to score. So yes, we're playing Overwatch now. On payload maps, this new objective awards up to 2 points, 1 for bringing the payload to a midway checkpoint, and a 2nd for sealing the deal at the final destination. Objective updates. During phases with the Capture the Zone objective, fucking care, read it if you want. Loadout symmetry. During certain invasion phases in Halo Reach, opposing teams were offered a varied number of selectable loadouts. In Halo Infinite's invasion mode, both teams will always be able to choose from the same number of loadouts during every phase of the round, and there's a link in their article that you can check out for more information on those loadouts. And Will, the other big part about this update, Ranked Legacy. Featuring lovingly recreated maps from Halo CE, Halo 2, and Halo 3, this playlist faithfully captures the mythic vibe of ranked play in quintessential Halo modes, such as Slayer, Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, and Oddball. Ranked Legacy introduces a competition variant of Delta Arena's throwback settings with modifications for ranked plays such as faster respawns and disabled motion trackers. All players will spawn with a battle rifle, but the Bandit Evo can still be found on weapon racks at most spawns. The match settings are: sprint is off, clamber is off, starting weapon is BR, secondary weapon is nothing, friendly player collision is on, motion tracker is off, and the respawn delay is 8 seconds. Okay? So if you want to play old shit on new shit, then go play that shit. Will.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you're not going to play this playlist.
Not my thing.
I fucking nailed that. I know my co-host.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, man. But no, for those that were interested in this, I think it's kind of cool to see. Will, I mean, fuck, we talked about like last week, the week before, whatever it was, where one of the things we talked about was, instead of like, if you're going to bring all these old maps back as Forge maps, why not just put them into a separate playlist? And lo and behold, here we go. Beth says, mine either, Will. Just waiting for ranked snipers to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, this would start a whole nother combo, but fucking just make ranked 1-to-1 with HCS.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't it be nice? Anyway.
Yes. It would be quite nice. Also, I don't know if Bart's listening, but Bart, this is for you. Because you said you said next time I bitch about something or whatever, like bitch about how they don't have ranked snipers back. Well, here you go. I'm not going to bitch about it. I don't like ranked snipers, but hey, if you do like ranked snipers and they took that away from you, then such is infinite life, you know? Halo Infinite giveth, Halo Infinite taketh away all the fucking time. What happened with S&D Extraction? I think it got looped into a different playlist. I'm pretty sure it got looped into a different playlist. If it doesn't have a separate playlist right now in the game, because I haven't looked, if it does not have a separate playlist in the game, then it's going to be looped, like the map modes will be looped into another playlist. That's always what they do, is they take a rotational, they take it out, and then they put the map modes into a different playlist without already existing within the game. Nutty says, I think it's getting updated to use the new radial menu. Maybe it is gone then. I don't know. Maybe it is gone. Who knows? All right. That's it for the regular news. Got out of the games. Just kidding. It's time for Will's Adventures with the Nailovers.
Yeah.
Well, in other games too, Will, dare I even ask?
I mean, for the first time ever in the 7+ years of doing this show, I didn't play any games last week.
Not a single one.
Nah.
Not a game of Halo?
Nope.
Wow.
Nothing.
God damn.
Nothing. The new job hours, I get home and I'm like, I'm fucking tired. You know, make dinner, get ready for bed. Like, I don't know. Motivation to game hasn't been there this week. So, yeah. No games played.
That's crazy. See, I understand like the whole like life getting in the way and not being able to find time for shit. Like for me, I'm in the same boat, but like I'm on a different boat in the same ocean. And what I mean by that is I have things that I'm desperately want to play. I just don't have enough time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, played some Magic the Gathering. And
of course.
Let me say this because we haven't announced this on the show yet. I guess we're proud to announce that we have a private, we have private channels in the Discord server now for like Magic the Gathering Commander nights. So the reason why it's private is because we don't want to blow up everybody's like feeds and shit or like their notifications with like us talking about that if you're not interested in that, right? So I will say this for anybody that is listening, if you are actually interested in playing Commander, paper Commander, by the way, like one of the rules, we have a rules section as well. One of the rules is that you have to play with legitimate physical cards. Okay. If you were interested in playing and you're interested in playing with us, join the Discord. Absolutely free to do so. Let one of us know and we'll give you the role necessary to see the channels in the server. And you can join the conversations. You can join the games. They're not happening all the time. Okay. This is new. This is brand new for us, but Magic's kind of taken the show by storm. I guess you could say the community by storm recently. And yeah, had a lot of feedback that I think it'd be cool to do something like this. So if you're interested in playing or like Genetic said, wanted to play, again, we have a rules section laid out. They're all clearly defined there. We'd love to have you. And at the end of the day, it's all for fun. We're not doing CEDH. Like we're not doing legitimate competitive Commander or anything like that. This is all for fun. And yeah, join it up if you want to. Let us know. We'll give you the role and you can see the channels and interact. It'll be a great time. Next up, played some Halo Infinite because the new operation came out. So just did the weekly and I'll do the weeklies again tomorrow, probably just to finish out the pass. Then, played a little indie game called Is This Seat Taken? Playing it on the Switch 2 right now. It is a little puzzle game, where you have this room or this car or this restaurant or whatever, and there are seats, and you have these little people that you have to put into a correct seat. So like they have rules applied to them. Like I don't want to sit next to somebody that smells, or I don't like strong smells, or I want to eat this specific thing, or I want to sit next to my parent and blah, blah, blah. And so you're trying to shuffle all these people around to fit that criteria. And yeah, it's a little cool, funny, relaxing little thing. So that's neat.
Nice.
Yeah. And then finally, the big one, Borderlands 4, a game that I've been hotly anticipating, is finally out. I am playing on PC, and yes, it is true what folks are saying. The performance is awful. So we have the computer that we use in the studio here is relatively old in terms of computer hardware. Okay. We built this thing in like right before 2020, if I'm not mistaken, or like in 2020. Regardless, it's got an i9 9900K, and it's got an RTX 2080 Ti. Okay. And I'm able to run this game 1440p, medium settings, with DLSS on in like balanced mode, balanced or performance, one of the two. And I use G-Sync, so I have a G-Sync monitor as well. But like I'm able to get, like it's sitting at around 50 to 60 FPS.
It's a little rough.
It's abysmal. And now with G-Sync, like things, it feels like I'm playing at 60 all the time. I don't feel many dips or anything like that, so that's fine. And I understand that console hardware is different. Like, I don't need people coming at me. Like, I get the difference between console and PC hardware. We've been doing this forever. But the thing that I find fucking insane, Will, is that in a performance mode, right? So there are visual, like they downgraded visuals and stuff like that to increase performance to get the 60 FPS. But this thing is able to run at 60 FPS on a PS5 and a Series X. But with an i9 9900K and a 2080 Ti, this thing struggles to hit 60 FPS at 1440p on medium settings. I think that's bonkers. And I don't think I'm fucking faded for thinking that. I think that's fucking insane.
I think that's been pretty common with PC games. Just the optimization is not there.
Yeah, this one's very rough. But I will say, performance notwithstanding, I am having a hell of a fucking fun time playing this game. This is exactly what I was waiting for. It's exactly what I wanted. I am hooked. It has me fucking in there. And it does the thing that I love with open world games where I'm able to fucking check the boxes off and explore everything and do everything. And I see the progression as I keep doing that. Oh my God, it's the perfect me game right now. So I'm in. Like I played through my first actual vault today, and it was like fucking it for those that have watched the preview event footage, it's the boss from the preview event footage. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't necessarily spoil yourself if you care about that stuff. But if you've seen the preview content for the game, that's the boss that I played against. And yeah, it was, God, this game's fucking rad, man. Like the performance is ass, but this game is just fucking awesome. So Borderlands 4. That's all I played. Time for some shoutouts. Happy belated birthday to Lady Echidna. Jen, happy belated birthday to you. Hope it was great. Shout out to everyone who joined in the 8s. I need to delete the community playdate line because we didn't have that. But shout out to everyone who joined the 8s that was getting in on those. Hope everyone had a good time with those. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. Holy fucking moly. That includes I Like Real Hot Tea with the follow, Scott with the follow, Ashley with the 30-month resub, Haley with the 17-month resub, Storm War with the follow. We love you too. Loyal Wolf with the 12-month resub, Absent with the 22-month resub, Loyal Wolf with the gifted sub, Genetics, I should say, with the 5 gifted subs, Sin with the 14-month resub, PD with the 5 gifted, Warrior Bros with the 10 gifted, Loyal Wolf with 25 gifted, Nutty Daddy with 10 gifted, John with the 28-month resub, Spider Blaze with the follow, Absent with the 5 gifted, Genetics with the 5 additional gifted, Warrior with the 10 additional gifted, you guys with the bits from the fucking combos, Canary with the 5-month resub, Canary with the 5 gifted subs, Cheel and Cassius with the follows as well. Thank you all so fucking much for all the love and support you guys showed us on this week's episode. Wow. Fucking wow. But the love doesn't stop there, because shout out to everyone who is a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers as well. That includes Iro, Boats, Shio, Blackout, Diode, Pancakes, Voodoo Man, Rostermania Jr., Stego, Raider, Hater, Peanut Butt, One Swallow, Danny Phantom, Riz, Zard, High Tech, Redneck, Goalie, Sniper, Heavy Rainfall, Lane, our board. Thank you so much for the extra support over on the Patreon. Until the follows, the subs, and the resubs, and the bits, you all get woo! Community creations. Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Go check them out. SSG World's jerseys available right now. Will, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little scared, but I don't think I should be. So one of the things we talked about was the whole collar situation with this jersey. You were muted, sir.
Yes, the collar.
Yes. And the Nemesis collar, not great. Just going to put that out there. Not great. Not a jersey I would actively wear. But looking at how this SSG jersey is, it looks like, I believe I read that it is a knitted jersey. So it could be more comfortable. Could be less rigid. So I'm excited to see it, get our hands on it at Worlds. And yeah, it's a pretty fucking sick design though. Speaking of sick fucking designs, Will, Dark Inside hoodie is available right now, along with the Women of Halo and Dark Inside All Ladies Team jerseys. They're available right now as fucking well. Go buy yourself some Dark Inside merch. Jarrell did an incredible job with the designs, as he did an incredible job with the design of our jersey as well. It's right there. Exclamation point jersey in the chat. Who can make the best Halo outfit, Will? Well, Shopify Rebellion asked that question, and they wanted their players to find out the answer.
I watched this already. Let's just say, if you want to see Royal 2 in some size 40 pants, go watch that video.
Shout out Shopify. And then finally, top 10 clips from Salt Lake City 2020 by the HCS. Go check that video out. Clutch does commentary over it. And that's it for the community creations. And Will, that means it's time for you to plug the fucking show.
As always, we do have our Patreon. Do a little extra content over there, video show, an extra audio show where Josh and I just shoot the shit for an hour, or Q&A. If you want to ask us some questions, anything you want, just throw it in there. I mean, maybe not anything, but like, I suppose you could ask. We just might not answer if it gets too wild, but we've been able to answer everything so far. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Go find us on Patreon. As always, you can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and others like Josh's favorite.
Pocket Cast. Still not an ad. Still a great fucking app.
We do have a link tree which can send you anywhere you need to be. Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and the merch. Go check it out. All there. And if you go to hcsprotalk.com, it'll actually send you to haloevolve.co.
Your home for Halo.
It was a while ago. We partnered with the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved, and they host us on their site. We have our own little section. We are the HCS side to their lore side. And while you're there, check out their shows, such as Podcast Evolved, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Book Club, Build Blocks, Halo Headlines, and Halo Gear Guide. And that's all I got.
Fuck yeah. Will.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what's on next week's episode of the show?
Do you know what's on next week's episode of the show?
Yes. Potentially. There is potentially going to be a really cool announcement. So it's not directly involving us, but something else happening in the scene. So yeah, stay tuned. There may be a really cool announcement to talk about next week on the show.
Awesome.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 407 of HCS Pro Talk. Thank you again to everybody that hung out with us tonight. Crazy fucking episode in terms of the support. Like, you guys are amazing.
Support was incredible.
Yes. So, goddamn. Never take it for granted. We never do. And keep talking about it. We only have 2 big events left of the year, right? Got to make them special. Got to make them worth it. And I say it before every major event, but I'm going to say it right now as well, because I think it stands here too. We only have 2 events left, right? If you have the means to go, please go. Please. If it's Charlotte, if it's Worlds, if it's both, if you have the means to do it, go. There's nothing else like it. They're truly special, and we only have 2 left in Infinite. So Make it happen if you can. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for us. We'll be back next week to talk about whatever else happens within this scene. But until then, bye-bye.